Hello students, welcome back. Today we'll start with some extra practice questions, right? Especially the questions that are numericals, calculative one. Okay, so I've selected few of them. Okay, few conversions and few questions related to errors. So first, let's begin with the conversions. Okay, this type of conversions uh, we have discussed in the I think in the first video lecture. Okay, so see 5 kg meter per second square equal to dash gram centimeter per second square. Now kg meter per second square, that unit is Newton. Kg mass meter per second square acceleration force is equal to mass into acceleration, that is Newton. This is the SI unit. Okay, and gram centimeter per second square, this is dyne. So in short, you have to convert Newton into dyne. Clear? Now let's see. Let's convert it by this kg meter per second square into gram centimeter per second square, and then we derive the relationship between Newton and Dye. See how to solve this type of conversion. 5 kg meter per second square. Let's assume it as x gram centimeter per second square. Clear? So now, what is 1 kg? 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram. So 10 raised to 3. See, I can write down 1000 equal to 10 to the power 3. So remember, the number of zeros after 1, that will be the power. If I'm writing 1, no 0 after 1, so 1 raised to 0, that is 1. 10, 1 0, 10 raised to 1. Clear? So 10 raised to 3 gram. 1 meter, how many centimeter? 100 centimeter means 10 raised to 2 centimeter upon 1 second is equal to 1 second. So x gram centimeter per second square. So gram gets cancelled, centimeter, second square. So what is x? 5 into 10 raised to 3 and 10 raised to 2. Remember this property, a raised to m into b a raised to n. This was equal to a raised to m plus n because it is multiplied. Both bases are same, so powers are added. If it was a raised to m upon a raised to n, then it would be m minus n. Okay, so this will be 10 raised to 3 plus 2, 5. So 5 kg meter per second square equal to 5 into 10 raised to 5 gram centimeter per second square, or 5 Newton equal to 5 into 10 raised to 5 dyne. Clear? So from next time, if there is such conversion, then directly use 1 Newton equal to 10 raised to 5 dyne. Clear? This is the unique conversion of Newton to dyne. Clear? I'm giving you one more conversion for joule. If you take 1 joule, that will be equal to 10 raised to 7 erg. Okay, this is the unit for energy, right? So when as 1 Newton equal to 10 raised to 5 dyne, if you want to convert joule into erg, this is CGS unit, this is SI unit. So 1 joule is equal to 10 raised to 7 erg. Clear? So next time, no need to do this calculation if there is conversion from Newton to dyne or joule to erg, use direct calculation. And if you don't remember thing, then this is our basic method. Clear? So just note down this one. Okay. Let me erase this. Note down this. Now, the second one, 25 meter per second equal to dash kilometer per hour. Okay, again assume it as x. Now our rule is to find out x. 25 meter per second x. 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter, 10 raised to 3 meter upon hour. 1 hour equal to how many minutes? 60 minutes. And 1 minute, 60 seconds. So I can write it down 1 hour, 60 minutes into 60 seconds equal to 3600 seconds. So okay, so let me write down here in thousand only. Okay, and 3600 second. Clear? So 00 gets cancelled. Two fives are, two 18s are. Clear? Sorry, 18. So x is equal to 25 into, when I put it here, 18 is divided, so it's multiplied, 5 is multiplied, so it will be divide. 18 by 5. So 5 ones are, 5 fives are, so x equal to 90. So 25 meter per second equal to 90 kilometer per hour. Clear? Okay. Now, time for the shortcut. 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. Clear? So if you are given 10 kilometer per hour, so that will be equal to 10 into 5 by 18 meter per second. Or 1 meter per second equal to 18 by 5 kilometer per hour. Clear? But in general, most of the time, this conversion will be there. This, it will be very less, but most of the time, this conversion will be there. So to convert kilometer per hour directly into meter per second in a single step, use this shortcut. Multiply 8 by 5 by 18, you will directly get 8 meter per second. Just for example, 36 kilometer per hour is equal to 36 into 5 by 18 meter per second. That means 10 meter per second. Okay, no need to go in thousands and 3600 and so on. Directly multiply with the fraction 5 by 18. So remember, to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, use 1 kilometer per hour equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. It's directly multiplied by 5 by 18. Here, so just note it down. This I would say it as a shortcut. Okay, the next one is 10 raised to 5 gram per centimeter cube equal to how much kilogram per meter cube? 10 raised to 5 gram per centimeter cube dash kg per meter cube. We'll use the same method. Let's take this as x. So 10 raised to 5 gram per centimeter cube. This is equal to x. 1 kg equal to 10 raised to 3 gram. 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter means 10 raised to 2. So 10 raised to 2 meter centimeter whole cube. Remember, 10 raised to 2 centimeter whole cube. You have to use this thing. Is meter cube, then you have to take complete unit in cube. So again, 10 raised to 5 gram per centimeter cube x 10 raised to 3 gram upon 3 and 2, so 3 to the 6 power of power centimeter cube. So gram gets cancelled, centimeter cube gets cancelled. So x will be equal to 10 raised to 5. It is divided, so it will be multiplied, so it will be divided. So this will be 10 raised to 5 plus 6. This is divided minus 3. So 5 plus 6, 11. 11 minus 3, 8. So 10 raised to 5 gram per centimeter cube. This is equal to 10 raised to 8 kg per meter cube. Clear? Okay. So this is the conversion for third one. Clear? Just note it down. Okay. Okay. So now let's take some related to errors. See, question number one. I have written the questions in short. Percentage error. Remember directly the percentage error is given. A, B, and C, D are 2%, 1%, 3%, and 4%. So percentage error means delta A by A percentage equal to 2%, delta B by B. See, if I'm not writing percentage, then it will be relative error. But now it's already given in percentage error. Delta B by B percentage equal to 1%. Delta C by C percentage that is equal to 3%. And delta D by D in terms of percentage that will be equal to 4%. Okay, so now what is the formula given? Z equal to A square B raised to 3 upon C raised to 1 by 3 D raised to, sorry, square root of D. Now see here, square root of D means D raised to 1 by 2. If it is given in this way, that means this is the fourth root. I can take it as D raised to 1 by 4. Clear? So now you have to find out the percentage error in Z. Clear? So delta Z by Z. What was our formula for combination of error in multiplication, division, and power? Take the power into its relative error, delta A by A. Power into its relative error of delta B by B. Power, see, you always have to plus, take plus, whether the power is positive or negative, because we are finding out the maximum possible error. 1 by 3 delta C by C. 1 by 3 delta D by D. Clear? But now here, the values are directly given in percentage. So what I will do, my final answer will be directly in percentage. Finally, no need to multiply by 100. Means 2, what is delta A by A? 2%. 3, what is delta B by B? 1%. C, what is delta C by C? 3%. Sorry, here it's 2. My mistake. 1 by 2. And D, what is delta D by D? 4%. See, I'm writing here percentage, so my answer will be directly in percentage error. 4%, 3 ones are 3%, 3 gets cancelled, 1% plus 2 ones are 2 twos are 2%. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10%. So percentage error in Z equal to 10%. When you are using this, when directly the error is given in percentage, just put the value of percentage. No need to multiply it with 100 because it is given in percentage. Clear? So note down this first sum in errors. Note it down. Okay, let's move to the next one. If you're not completed, just pause the video and complete it. Second, find percentage error in length if L is equal to this. 5 plus minus 0.5 meter. Now see, you have to find out the percentage error and this is given. Now it's given in meter. So see, this will be the error and this will be the true value. So I can write it down L equal to 5, delta L equal to 0.5. Clear? So if relative error was asked, then I will write down delta L by L. But percentage error is asked, so multiply by 100. So what is delta L? 0.5. What is L? 5 into 100. So 5 ones are 5, 20s are clear. 20 into 0.5, 10 percentage. Okay, clear. Now sometime absolute error is asked and percentage given. Like if it is given L equal to 5 plus minus 10 percentage. Okay, in meter. Now your question will be reversed. What is the absolute error? So for that, 10% of 5. Clear? That means 10% of 5. So 10% means when I remove percent, divide by 100. So when you are removing percentage, divide by 100. When you want your answer in percentage, multiply. So 10 by 100 into 5, this will be equal to 0.5. Clear? Just note down this question number 2. Okay, the next one, question number 3. Now see, in question number 3 and 4, in both the cases, sphere is given, right? And you have to find out the percentage error. But the quantities, the values of the quantities given are in different form. See, so both these type of questions are asked. Now you have to see that which type of quantities or the measurement of quantities is given in which form, and you have to solve it accordingly. Now see, both the case there is density. So what is the formula for density? Mass by volume. Is the volume given? No. So I will again simplify it m upon 4 by 3 pi r cube. Clear? I'll solve it both separately. Density equal to mass upon 4 by 3 pi r cube. So this is our formula for density. So now what will be the relative error? What is our formula? What is the power of mass? 1. So 1 into delta m by m plus power of radius r3 delta r by r. Now remember, you have to ignore 4 by 3 and pi while calculating the relative error. The reason why you have to ignore it, because these are not the measured quantities. 4 by 3 and pi, they are not the measured quantities. Error can be there only in the measured quantities. So remember, in the formula you only have to take measured quantities. Apart from that, wherever there is any constant, just ignore that. Don't take here in this formula like delta pi by pi. No. Okay, only take the measure. There are two measured quantities. Okay, whether it is multiplied or divided, use delta m by m, delta r by r, and multiply with the positive power of, sorry, positive value of that power. Clear? So now formula is same for both. Now, what happened in question number third? What is mass? 10 plus minus 0.5. Then what is radius? 2 plus minus 0.3. So what we will do, we will take this value as m and this as error. Clear? It is given in kg and this is given in meter. Okay? So see here, and in this case, I will take this measured value as r and this as delta r. Okay? So now, from 1, delta rho by rho equal to 1. What is delta m? 0.5 by 10. What is 3? What is delta r? 0.3 upon 2. Clear? So 0.5 by 10, 0.05. 3 multiply by, let me calculate, 3 multiply by 0.3 divided by 2. So this is 0.45. Clear? See, the power of R was 3. So higher the power, higher the value of error. The power of mass was only 1. So see, the error is very less, 0.05. But radius that imparted higher error in the due to power. So this will be equal to 0.5. Clear? So this is the relative error. Percentage error will be equal to 0.5 into 100. This will be equal to 50. Sorry, yes, 50%. Clear? This will be equal to 50%. I am repeating what I did. Delta m by m, so 0.05. 3 times delta r by r. Clear? So this was equal to 0.45. Clear? So now, see, this is percentage error in thought. Now, if the question is given in this way, means directly percentage error is given. Percentage error measurement of mass is 3% and radius is 2%. Means delta m by m in percentage equal to 3% and delta r by r in percentage is equal to 2%. So directly put the value of percentage. When you are putting directly the value of percentage, your final answer will be directly in percentage. No need to multiply it by 100. So from 1, delta rho by rho, 1 delta m by m, 3%. Okay. 3 delta r by r, 2%. Now as I have taken this in percentage, I will write down percentage. So the percentage error will be equal to 3% plus 3 to 6% equal to 7 percentage. Okay, so this is our answer. The percentage error will be equal to 7 percentage. Clear? So just note down question number third and question number 4. Okay, students. So that's it for today.